Welcome back to the Online News Hour's Insider Forum. I'm Ray Suarez. This is day 2 of the Republican National Convention, and all this week the Online News Hour will be asking journalists and Republican analysts and leaders your questions as we report from the Excel Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. Today's guest is Michael Carey, a columnist for the Anchorage Daily News and host of KAKM Public Television's Anchorage Edition. He joins us to answer your questions about the Republican vice presidential choice, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. Michael Carey, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about Bristol Palin, since that has really exploded onto the news.
Yes.
The news that Sarah Palin's daughter is several months pregnant with a fella she met in her town. What can you tell us about the reaction in Alaska to that news?
Well, I'm not there. I'm here. And I had not, give you an example of how this took people by surprise. On Friday, I went into work and started working on this particular story about about Palin becoming vice president. But in the middle of the afternoon, the editor, Pat Doherty, said, "Would you like to go to Minneapolis?" I said, yes. That's about what I knew at that point. And none of us knew that Bristol Palin was pregnant. We didn't know anything. I mean, I think there have been in the Daily News and some other reporting sort of the thought that, oh yeah, this was common knowledge among certain people in Wasilla. People have said that being the governor's hometown. But I don't think that in a newsroom as interested in gossip and good stories as ours, I did not hear this. I heard the other story, which is the fake pregnancy story. Maybe you want to go on to that at some point.
Well, that...
the other part of the soap opera.
Well, that seems to have been what smoked out the Bristol Palin story. The attempt to put the first story to rest came... Yeah. Tell us more about the first one, which I guess was highlighted on the Daily Kos website.
Yeah, and that's been... that story has been around for quite a while. I first heard it when a lawyer who I like very much and is a very smart guy presented this to me as the absolute truth.
That Governor Palin was not pregnant.
No, and that the whole thing was faked because she was covering up for her daughter who was pregnant, and the daughter was having the child. So, and Sarah claimed it was her child and faked the pregnancy so as not to embarrass the daughter and not to create, I guess, political backlash for, some kind of conservative values concern. This pregnancy story is now sort of up against the numbers of her real pregnancy. How she could have 2 pregnancies in X number of months is not answered.